What's going on? Ryan Troy back with another video for you today. And in this video, I will be pushing the Nikon Z6III to its limits when it comes to autofocus at night. Now, we all know that with the Nikon Z6III, they made improvements so you can be able to focus better at night, being in these darker situations. I wanted to push that to the limit. For majority of all these shots, I think I was at 1000 ISO. Now, I was using off-camera flash, but I was doing a lot of running. The subject was doing a lot of running because in my first test, which was actually daytime, a lot of you guys told me that you didn't think that the test was strong enough because you said that your Z6II or Z7II would be able to do the same thing. So I wanted to, mix it up a little bit. So I did 3 different type of tests. Let's just get straight to the footage and we'll break it down after that.
Oh, snap. Ready? Okay.
How do we like them?
That came out better, at least. The lighting was perfect. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. That was fire.
Wow.
That was so good, though.
I love that one.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that one.
Now, when it comes to that test right there, I was shooting at, like I said, 1000 ISO, but the subject was moving and I was moving a lot. And the thing about that is that comes into effect when it comes to, let's say, VR, right? Because it's no way I would be able to keep my hand steady, especially, and this is the part I didn't mention, all of these photos was taken in 1/125th of a second. So with my next test, what I wanted to do is, because I wanted to make sure I gave it a good chance. I probably should have increased my shutter speed to get sharper images, but I like the outplay of how it ended up turning out, but I still kept it at 1/125th of a second. But for the most part of the beginning of the run, I actually stood still and let her run to see if more of these shots would be in focus.
Ready?
All right, let's try to breeze through these photos right quick. Now, like I said, for the most part, I was standing still. Now let's give us some more of this. And you can see right here, with me standing still, they were able to nail focus on the eye. Whatever you really want to call that. It could be the motion blur, but I still do think that it's getting it on the eye as well. I think it's just that motion blur right there. Let's go back to that one. Okay, this may be a soft one right there. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks real good. I think that's motion blur again. But as you can see, it's definitely keeping, even with the people that ran around, it's definitely keeping up with her. Now, when it comes to the final test, it is the eye autofocus test. My only thing I was concerned about is how far could you be with the camera still being able to recognize a face and a eye. Now, these aren't conditions that we probably will be using, but I do think that it's important to be able to focus at night, right? So how far would you look on a 24 megapixel camera when you're far back? Like, how good will it look at 1000 ISO and not that much ambient light, if any at all? Don't really expect much, but if it could land that with nice lighting conditions and stuff like that, then that's all I can ask for. So let's jump into that test.
Yeah, so you got like everybody, perfect. Okay, back a little bit more. Yep. Turn around. Perfect, that's good. Okay, walk this way. Walk and spin. No, yeah, just spin. No, just spin. And then keep walking this way. Okay, good. Straight to me. And stop. Perfect. And I'm just gonna, okay, cool, perfect.
That almost looks like cinematic.
Yeah.
All right, and quick question. Can you like go out of frame and then come back up?
Yeah. Let me know.
So, hold up. All right, go ahead. And then come back up. Perfect, and then do another little 360. And that's it. Perfect. That's
Okay, so let's get into some of these photos. Now, with her being back, I'm going to zoom into 200. And because this is a 24 megapixel camera, regardless from her being that far away, it's not like you're going to see anything tack sharp. And I'm going to bump this up 2 stops just so we can see what is in focus. Okay, and as you can tell, you know, she is in focus. Once again, she's pretty much all the way back there. But let's go through some of these. And as I go through these, I am going to raise the exposure on some, especially when we get a little closer, right? Because from what we could tell already is that the camera clearly was able to see her from this distance. And, you know, I really don't know what you would expect to get when you are that far away with bad lighting. By the way, these photos right here is 1000 ISO. So you can do what you want with that, but let's get into some of these other ones. I thought that was going to be when she turned, but nope. And it is staying with her this whole time. Now this is impressive. Okay, with the last test that I did, a lot of people that own the Z6II and Z7II said things like, well, you know, our camera will be able to get that as well as a simple test. We need to see people running and doing all of this type of things. Well, here's the thing about that. When it came to my Z7II and Z6II, although it was on the eye, on the back of the screen, I had to shoot a lot because when I bring it into Lightroom, it wasn't tack sharp. Like, it wasn't in focus at all, even though it showed it. And with that last test that I did, and if you didn't see it, it'll be linked somewhere, probably at the end of this video. But the last test, and right here, by the way, we're getting a little closer, so I'm gonna go back to just 100 instead of 200. It landed everything. So in the daytime, it landed everything. Now right here, I'm gonna go to 200 here. This is when she started to spin. Okay, so right here, you know, she's in focus. Right here, I feel like she's not. I feel like it's a little soft right here. Definitely right here. So right here, it grabbed here, but her eye wasn't in it, right? But as soon as she came back around, it picked her up, no problem. Let's go ahead on and push 2 stops of exposure so you can see, picked her up right here, 1000 ISO. Shot this at 1/25 of a second. 2.8 is the aperture. So let's get a little closer now so we can really see. And I would say that is soft, but once again, we're not dealing with that much light. We're only dealing with 1000 ISO. Like, even this is probably a little soft. Now, if I had lighting, I'm curious to see what that would have looked like, but I didn't. This is all natural light. This right here is not in focus. This is the spin right here. So a spin, and then how long it took for it to finally get her, still didn't get her, and then got her right here. So we're gonna give it 2 stops of exposure, and that is that. Let's get closer to the end with these photos. So this was another one right here that wasn't in focus, and then boom, let's go to 100. And yeah, I would say that I would say these look good given the situation. So there you have So there you have it. Go ahead on and leave it down in the comment section with what you think about this test. What other tests do you want me to do in the future? And until the next time, peace.